It's been a long time since I was this locked into building something. I pretty much worked from morning till night because I had so much fun building a game. No clients, no expectations, no pressure to make money with it. Just me, my laptop, and a dream I had since I was a kid. Making my own video game. And yeah, AI helped me to build this. Actually, quite a lot. I played so many games when I was a kid. I played Mario, Sonic, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, really sometimes just random stuff I have found on a floppy disk. And even today, when I have time, I still play. But building my own game with my own audio and my own style, that's always been a dream. This game was basically wipe coded. What that means is, I didn't sit down and wrote a plan. I just started to type into the chat what kind of game I wanted to have. And within the first day, I got a working prototype. It didn't look great or was visually pleasing, but it was something I could work with. And this was the moment I thought, I think it's possible now to build a game with AI. Everything started when Peter Levels announced a game jam online. It was a game jam where wipe coding was one of the biggest criteria, which means most of the code, in this case 80%, has to be written by AI. And since he proved that building a game with AI was possible with his flight simulator, I thought, why not give it a try? So I spent one day trying to figure out how I can get a very rough prototype for something similar to Skyroads. And at the end of the day, I got something where I actually could play the game. I had a spaceship, I had tracks, and I had blocks that I could crash into. This was the moment when I realized, okay, I think it's really possible now to build a game with AI. So the game you just saw was wipe coded. In my case, I think like 99% was coded by AI. And I want to break down how I managed to do this. I used a bunch of AI tools. I started with Cursor as my editor because I heard a lot of good things about it on Twitter. For the LLM, I chose Claude at the beginning for most of the code, but later on I switched to Gemini from Google. Gemini is really good at complex tasks like building the sun you see here in the background or creating crazy shaders for my game. And of course, with the latest release of ChatGPT and the image generation, I use it to create the logo and a few inspiration and UI designs for the game. Oh, and not to forget the music. I think the music is pretty good in the game and I use Zuno for it. Zuno is a platform where you can go and type in what kind of music you want to have and it will generate two variations of the song. In my case, it was synthwave and retro and racing. I can then choose which of the tracks I liked and then just download it and use it in my game. Here's an example of one of the tracks. So yeah, it was all AI, from level design to shaders to music. Everything was provided by AI, which is kind of crazy. So after the first day, I started to work on the core mechanics of the game. Movement, jump, collision detection, falling, and of course making the game fun, I added a few power-ups. I spent a lot of time working on the boost animation to feel really powerful that you are now going above the limit of your spaceship. Once I had the core mechanic in the game, I started to work heavily on the visuals. The particles that came out of the spaceship, the camera tracking, and of course the crazy shaders I have in the game when you enter boost mode. I think that's like the cherry on top of it. And since this was a fun project, I tried out a lot of things. I had a pyramid in the background, I had a sun, I tried out a black hole, I even have something I called The Creator, which is a AI generated video running in the background. And I think it looks really cool and I just threw in different kind of things I wanted to see in the game. The game jam was 2 weeks long and I really wanted to have multiplayer in it because I think playing with others is more fun than just alone. But I think I spent like 2 to 3 days just figuring out how to do multiplayers. I mean, I didn't figure it out, I tried to figure it out and it went wrong like a few, I don't know, 100 times or so. For the game jam it was kind of working, you could play with someone else, but it was really buggy. And like here, for example, you can see the other player in your view, but it's a bit laggy, it's stuttering, it's not a great experience right now. So for now I removed it because I think AI is not there yet to implement this feature. And of course, since I had no idea how to build a game, I hit a lot of roadblocks. For example, one day was spent just figuring out why my game was lagging so hard. Turns out the AI was generating a few thousands polygons per scene, and I had to step in to figure out what was going on to fix the issue. For the visuals, what really helped was going to Pinterest, type in synthwave and grab a few designs that I liked and throw them into the chat. That helped to have a common goal between basically me and the AI of what I want to have in the game. I think this was the biggest contributor to enhancing the visuals of my game and honestly make it look like a real game. So I submitted the game to the Vibe Jam, but I didn't win. I didn't even place because only the top 3 positions got placed. I have no idea where I landed, but it seems like Peter Levis liked my game, so I guess that's a win as well. But that wasn't really the point. I didn't even know that there was something to win at the beginning. And I really just wanted to see how far I can get and how well AI can build a game. And now the game is actually live. I called it Astro Dash and you can actually play it in your browser. I don't think most people will get past level 6. I mean, the game is really hard. It's not like, I don't know, Flappy Bird or something. This is for actual gamers. Building the game, I kind of transitioned from a software engineer to a product manager because I was mostly guiding the AI to implement the features I wanted to have. But don't get it twisted, there's still a lot of work that I had to do. I still need to debug the code, I have to understand what AI has written, and I also need to fix sometimes broken logic. Because sometimes AI just decides to rebuild the entire thing or reinvent, I don't know, 3JS or React. If I didn't know how to code, I wouldn't be able to build this game. Because in a lot of crucial moments, AI failed and I had to step in to fix the issue. So if I started again, I would honestly plan a little bit more. I would definitely define the core mechanics of the game. How does the player move? How does the player win? And what's the actual goal of the game? For the final touches, I added more power-ups, a leaderboard, and different visual themes for different levels. And these little tweaks here and there make the game more polished and not just like a prototype. And yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. I built a full 3D game in a couple of weeks. If you want to try it out, the link is in the description below. Let me know if you can beat level 8. I would be quite impressed. And if you want to see what I'm building next, hit subscribe. That's it from my side. See you in the next one. Bye.